Welcome back to the Four Musketeers podcast, and today we will be talking about the philosophers of education. Sadly, there's only three of us today. Cameraman Matt is behind the camera, and Mr. Daniel will be our editor, editing from home. So today here we have Paulo Freire, and if you want to give yourself a quick introduction, you can do so as well.
All right, yeah. As I said, my name is Paulo Freire. I'm from Brazil. Basically, I was an educator, and I'd probably say the most recent out of the group that's going to be talking on this podcast. So I probably will relate to you guys a lot more, or like relate to your teachers a lot more.
That's good. And this is a 4-part series of our podcast of the Four Musketeers on philosophers of education as our topic. And are you ready to start with the first question?
Yeah, I'm more than ready, but I just wanted to, ask how your day's going.
It's been going good, It is April 22nd. It's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you,
Mr. Cameraman. Can we get like a happy birthday? Editor, can we get a happy birthday song like in the thing? Thank you.
Okay, are you ready for the first question?
For sure.
Okay. What social factors have influenced your ideas on education?
Oh,
social factors, historical, cultural.
So, as we know, I'm from Brazil, and in fact, in a social aspect, one of my biggest feats, I'd say, in my life was I had a class of adults who were learning Brazilian, and through the way that I have figured out the best way of teaching, I was able to teach these people how to say the alphabet, and I think 72 hours, I'm pretty sure. So, pretty great feat. And I mean, what were the other is historical and social, right?
Yeah, the
historical aspect is, I'd say, teachers now have a better understanding of what goes through children's minds. They're not so focused on memorization anymore as it used to be, but focused on more of expanding a student's mind and truly getting them to understand the purpose of what they're learning and how they can use that learning to not only adapt in life, but also the things they care about. So I guess politics, their job, families, like their children and their mothers and their fathers. Could be in numerous ways. So yeah.
Good answer. I like it. That was a great explanation for our very first question. Now, going on to our next question, we have, what are your main principles or beliefs that you have about education and learning?
Yeah, so kind of just already kind of broke into that, but what can I ask? I mean, Matthew, behind the camera, what was your elementary school days like? Like, how did they teach you math and the alphabet? Do you remember at all?
Yeah, they had us using like a whiteboard. And we use dry erase markers.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
So, I think that's one of the great ways that, thanks to my philosophy ideas, that have allowed students to, be more hands-on, be more interactive, have better things, I guess, to learn. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I figure if it wasn't for the teachings that I was able to, put out there, Matthew would have just been reading out of a book to learn his alphabets and just staring at a book. But thanks to the help of others and, of course, my philosophy, teachers have now learned to adapt to not only what students need, but what also they think that suits their teaching style best. I know you two are currently enrolled into Miss Marquez's ECE class. And
you know that?
I talked to Miss Marquez.
Okay.
Yeah. And I heard a couple things. I don't know, and I've seen one of her classes before, and I'm not 100% sure. And you guys I'll ask you this too. I don't know if she notices, but like her teaching style, it's very similar to what I believe was a right or the correct way to teach, instead of having, because how would you guys describe like a normal, like if she was to teach a lesson today, how would you guys describe that?
Like her lesson?
Yeah.
I would say she's Yeah, she is very similar to you. I think she has a way of getting us better rather than other teachers in our school. Like, I feel like she just speaks to us differently, like intellectually, and she gets us to be better, not only people but better students, and preparing us for the next level.
Yeah, so she may not notice it, or I'm sure she does because I am pretty famous. But yeah, her teaching style, it's highly influenced by the influences that I've left behind. I mean, just the fact that what I've seen is you guys have a lot of freedom in your class. It's very there's a lot of freedom in your class, and it's pretty easy to I wouldn't say it's easy to understand, but it's not overcomplicated. So yeah.
Okay, that was good, and I would also agree that in elementary, I feel like those whiteboards and those markers really help because you can actually see it in front of you rather than the teacher just running through it on the board. You know what I mean? And people who can't see, like, you're not gonna be able to be seeing the teacher draw on the board. You're gonna have to actually visualize it in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, when I was learning, I'm pretty sure when I was learning the alphabet, it was like basically a page in front of me, and I would have to recite it. If I messed up with one, I have to restart, and that's like they would just keep going. If I was learning numbers, same thing. When it came to math, when it came to history, it was all about reciting information, being able to memorize that. But I think what I noticed throughout a lot of different schools and lessons, that when you're teaching memorization, especially because you guys, how is yours how do your classes work?
So basically, at our school?
Yeah.
So basically, we have 4 classes a day, 8 classes total, which are an hour and a half long.
So they break them up, right?
Yeah,
Like the class, say you were in your class right now, you wouldn't go to it tomorrow.
No.
So I see a huge major problem in that, because if it's about reciting information and
it's taking
memorization
away from that class.
Exactly.
Right.
Or if you want to be honest, are you going to memorize and do your work tomorrow?
I mean, yeah.
If you don't have to worry about it to the next class.
At an extent, but a percentage of our students don't.
Exactly. So that's my major problem. And if it's all about reciting information, it's very easy to lose track and get lost.
Right. So great conversation there. Last question. How would your philosophies apply to today's classrooms?
So like we were just mentioning, you guys, so I wouldn't say changing it up structure-wise is very important, because I mean, I'm sure an hour of hour 20 you said, of class, it's a pretty long time, and I guess kind of the length draws it out to make it a bit easier, but at the same time, you're not seeing that same teacher tomorrow, and with how you describe some of your students in this year in the school, that they're not really putting in the effort outside of class. And I'd say through my teaching and through my philosophy, that with Miss Marquez, it's not ever about remembering a certain sentence or remembering this for later. It's more about, hey, we're doing this, let's do this thing, we're gonna do this now, and then if you want to, you have time next class to do it. And I don't know about your guys' lessons, but from what I saw, I never saw her exactly give a test paper or a quiz asking for definitions or certain like page numbers and stuff like that. Like, I've never seen that with her teaching. So I'd say probably teaching that style instead of, because I know it's difficult with math. Like math, it's harder to do that, but at the same time, then that's a way that the teacher needs to figure out their own way to work around that system.
And I also think the teachers can be better, right? Like, there's always room for improvement here.
Yeah.
And obviously, our teacher, me and the cameraman's teacher, of course, one of the top teachers here in the school, but the ones that are maybe starting new, or the ones that really don't take their job as seriously, can always do better. Like, I have 1 or 2 teachers that can obviously do better with how they teach. Yeah. Right? So I think that obviously helps, and I do think that going back to 8 periods a day will help us better, because then we have that same class every day, even if it is for 45 minutes. You're seeing that teacher every day for 45 minutes. It accumulates to more time than you're seeing them 2 days a week for an hour and a half.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not entirely your fault. I mean, the teacher has to do better, but I hope that maybe, because I don't know where you're trying to go to, if it's education or anybody who's listening, it plans on actually going into education. but you can be the student who reaches out to that teacher and, you know, lets them know, like, don't like criticize them, but like give them a piece of your mind. I mean, you're studying the same thing that they're doing right now. You could be a future educator. You want to make sure that, you know, you're doing your part into bettering this education system. I mean, you could be the next Paulo Freire. So, you know.
Right. Well, it was nice meeting you.
All right, it was nice talking to you. Thank you.
Viewers, Paulo Freire, 4 Musketeers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The way you walk, the way you